Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Broke Black Critics featuring myself, Romelo Gatois.
And Remy, what's good, man?
Lot of things going on, man. I want to thank everybody who tuned to the last show. I want to thank everybody for their comments on YouTube.
Correct.
Favorable and unfavorable. We appreciate all the feedback.
Correct.
But we just want to go ahead and dive into it. First topic of discussion is Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar. Now, my co-host here is the least person to watch BET. But he told me he was sold, and he will definitely be watching the BET Awards.
Sold.
Next week, I think it is. If not this week or next week, whenever it's scheduled. And what's the reason for you watching the BET Awards this year?
That 15-second clip of him going at whoever, whether it was Drake, whether it was Papoose, or whoever, sold me to watch this hip-hop music awards. I've never watched it. Never watched one. I saw that 15-second clip and was like, I gotta watch it. That's it.
I'm saying, so why are you sold, though?
Yo, because he brought it back, man. Yo, he killed it, man. 15 seconds, I was sold. BET, Viacom, your marketing plan worked. I'm sold. Yeah. I'm sold.
And that's the thing, like, I've noticed a trend in a lot of artists are leaking their albums before they drop. Now, it used to be a mistake, and you knew it was a mistake because it'll come out a month before, 2-3 weeks before.
Not now.
Not now. It's getting leaked on purpose. J. Cole, I noticed, I'm like, wow, that didn't sound like, I thought J. Cole, when his album got leaked, it was a mixtape. It was hot. And it was an album, and he did pretty good numbers-wise in today's, when it comes to selling records these days, because, I'm going to say 30 to 40% of music fans download their music. People don't buy music no more because they can afford it. I mean, you can't go out and spend $20 on a CD knowing that you can get it online. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Pusha T's album, unfortunately, leaked before it dropped.
Which is a hot album.
Dropped yesterday.
Which is a hot album.
Definitely hot. So, but
Kendrick sold it. Listen, I don't know how many people like BET, don't like BET for this, for that. I mean, we're not going to dive into that. But that 15-second clip was it. If that was the commercial, I bought the product.
Yeah. If
they were selling alcohol, if this was a Ciroc commercial, I'm buying Pete Ciroc. 15 seconds, I'm in.
All right, so Kendrick has been the poster boy of publicly and
going at people
without hesitation,
and it's good.
And if you haven't seen the clip, you should go check it out on YouTube or Google it.
Listen,
Kendrick Lamar. Everybody's putting Drake on the disc because he says nothing was the same.
But he goes, I think he goes at Papoose. I mean, like I said, it don't matter who he was going at, whether it was Papoose, whether it was Drake, whoever. He went in. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I only want to listen. I only want to see it for the ciphers, because you know that if it's a woman category, Nicki Minaj is going to win. And you can almost pick 5 rappers out right now that's going to win every award for the hip hop awards. I mean, we know it's rigged.
Well, it's not that it's rigged, but you gotta understand that 3 songs get heard 3 times within the hour. Dang. Whichever market that you're in. 3 songs get played 3 times within the hour, depending on which market you're in. So, whoever has the majority of the markets are going to win these awards. And I mean, that like you said, it's not that it's rigged, but whoever has that radio play is going to win the awards.
Okay. Does Kendrick Lamar win an award?
Of course.
Does Kanye win an award for Yeezus?
Depends, because Kanye has his album is very, very political.
Yes,
very political. So it's and the people who vote in these awards are usually younger people.
Does Drake win an award?
15.
Does Drake win an award?
I don't know if he qualifies for the awards because his album just dropped within like the past 6 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, if he qualifies, then yeah, the females are gonna vote for him to win an award because I think his last album catered to the emotional female. Honestly, and not to be funny, but that's just real. Like his album catered to the emotional female.
So
he's talking to, and Kevin Hart said it himself. He said, you know what? After listening to the Drake album, it make everybody show up to their ex door like, oh, you left your pencil at my house. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just what it is.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, like I said, if he's eligible, he will win an award. Now,
so let's name all the. Without us knowing any category, Rick Ross might win something. Wayne might win something. Drake might win. We know Nicki gonna win. Nicki Minaj gonna win something. Who else is out?
Now, see, I don't think Rick Ross or Wayne will win an award because they haven't had any major projects out. I think Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole. Actually, Nipsey Hussle might get an award depending on the noise that he's made on the West Coast because we don't pay attention to West Coast music as much as the West Coast does.
Correct.
You got people like Schoolboy Q. The people in Cypher are going to win awards. Chris Brown definitely going to get an award.
Whoa! Wait, whoa! What award show was this?
BET.
Hip Hop Music Awards, right?
Right.
Where does Chris Brown fit in this?
Listen, 100K every day, you're gonna get an award.
Where does he fit in this?
100K every day, you win an award.
So, listen.
This is the hip hop award.
I'm only going to look at it for the ciphers, just like most people.
And isn't it the BET Music Awards or is it Hip Hop Awards?
Hip Hop Awards.
Oh, okay. But I mean, Chris Brown he's been in a few ciphers. He been dropped a few verses, but we'll leave it to that. But I guess next week's show what we'll do is look at the categories and we'll decipher who win or not.
Okay, we can dig. I can dig it.
In other news, though, Miriam Carey,
Miss Carey,
the woman who was executed for
driving
for DWB. Let's keep it real.
Okay.
She was executed for violating the space of, let's say, Capitol Hill.
Correct.
And it's funny that I heard a report on WPFW this morning, actually yesterday morning, and it played a clip of Congress addressing the Capitol Police.
And they must have clapped for like a minute.
But we're gonna play this clip for you, and we just want to hear from you all what you think about it before we touch on it. But here's a clip.
Gentleman from Maryland, rise. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to speak out of order for 1 minute. The gentleman is recognized for 1 minute. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. At the outset, I know that...
now, I'm not sure if they can hear it.
In expressing our gratitude to the Capitol Police.
Damn, did they clap this long for the butler?
Mr. Speaker, all too often we take the folks who are prepared to put their own lives and safety at risk to save from harm's way. None of those of us who work on Capitol Hill, but those who visit their capital. And so I know that round of applause was heartfelt and deeply meant. That we thank them, and I'll yield to the majority leader before I ask the question on the schedule, but I'll yield to the majority leader.
Heartfelt? What did he say?
Man, listen.
Hold on. I find it odd that we've had a few incidences here in the nation's capital And every one of them, the media says that they were all mentally ill. Now, how is it that a mentally ill person can do all this and the same person can't? You go on the hill right now. Me and you could go on it. Listen, we went on the hill one time with a camera and a microphone, and we were told to get off a federal property with a camera and a microphone. So all these mentally ill, I mean,
Now,
they executed that woman.
listen, this girl worked in a doctor's office.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now I've literally witnessed people on Facebook saying, "Well, she shouldn't have did this. She shouldn't have did that." Okay. My question is this: police officers, and I know police officers personally, they get training, hours, days, and weeks of training.
Hold on.
Target practice. You have certain procedures that you use in different situations. They're equipped with tasers.
Mm-hmm.
They're equipped with pepper spray. You know, and they have to do they have different procedures that they do in high-speed chases.
Mm-hmm.
You have fishtails. You have the blockade. You have spikes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and make no mistake about it. The Capitol is one of them places that when they shut it down, it shut down. You can't get in, you can't get out, regardless of what type of speed you're doing or what kind of vehicle you got. Right. When they shut it down, they shut it down.
Now, this is a woman, and one person involved in the incident said on camera they knew a baby was in the back seat. The video was deleted off of YouTube.
Now, I must say this. There was a report about 2 raids that the U.S. did on terrorists. One of the teams was the team that got Osama bin Laden. I bring this up because that team wasn't successful in their raid. Why? Because the spokesperson said they saw children in the area and didn't want to return fire and feared that they would hit the children. Now, here's a Navy SEAL 6 team that said they wouldn't shoot because they saw children. And here you have people on the hill shooting, knowing that there was a baby on board. And Congress clapped for like a minute. They clapped for like a minute. She wasn't going to get, make no mistake about it, she wasn't going to get nowhere close to any of them buildings. Don't let them fool you. She wasn't close to the White House. She didn't get close to the Capitol. So they just dumped on her.
Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, I honestly feel like they could have done something other than just gun the woman down. Now, now, a lot of these police are trigger happy, and they have the right to kill you. They have the power and the right to kill you. Our issue here is Congress applauding Capitol Police.
That's a powerful
for over 30 to 50 seconds.
That's a powerful statement you said. They have the right. They have the right to kill you.
They have the right to kill. And even if they kill you and if they kill you in malpractice, is I guess is what malpractice of police or
that's something.
What can I say? The use of
deadly
force. They still get off. They might get fired, but they still get off. So it's like a lot of these people take their power to heart. But I'm just flabbergasted at the fact that Congress could clap for 30 to 50 seconds about a woman getting killed.
That's a good word. Flabbergasted.
Yeah. So
good SAT word.
So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back, and we're gonna touch on the Redskins changing their name, and we're gonna talk about how this government shutdown is a major distraction.
The Washington Dodgers.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
I want to thank him for all that he's doing for me. And I thank him for what he's doing for you and everybody else. But you know, we gonna do it like this right here, man. Everybody just take a seat, stand up, put your ear to the stereo, cause we gonna make it happen. Hallelujah. Meaningless situations and false dedication lead to lack of preparation when the devil bring his storm down. Don't be alarmed now, the doctrine was set before you to prepare you for the war. We in the holy revolution, so you need to get your life right. We all can be vindicated and approved by the Lord. Take the step to living righteous and abide by the law. We always born with a flaw, don't let it hold you from the heavens. It still can be a blessing. Take Jesus walk, it's a lesson. Take your life as a challenge, so when you're feeling all bound, just reach your hand for my God. He never leave or forsake. He give you strength with the faith, endurance to run the race until see his face. I can't stop giving him the praise, cause all the things he done for me. So I'ma keep spitting your word to help a blind man to see. And you ain't gotta pay me a thing, I just want a life to change. Cause time after time, Jesus, we dying without you, man. Yeah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hey. Hallelujah.
Okay, and we're back. Broke Black Critics from Romello Catois.
Remy, what's that?
And I could care less about the Washington Redskins, but a lot of people think that the Redskins name is offensive, and there's a big there's a deep history behind the Washington Redskins. But we're not gonna dwell into that today.
Team of the South.
Yeah, but
let's get into the name change.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of I guess it's Native American interest groups have asked them to change the name now.
For years.
This is public document. Now, Daniel Snyder sent a letter out along with some statistics saying that they interviewed 1,000 Native Americans, and the Native Americans, for the most part, like 80% of them, didn't have no problem with the name. I mean, now we don't know who they asked, but he sent the letter out to all the Redskin fans, poor fans, by the way. And I guess he want to see if they going to say change the name or not. Now, they already ran a report on the news that 66% of the people in the Washington area want to keep the name. So, my question is, one, to the viewers out there, what name should they change the Redskins to? That's number one. And number two, for you, should they change the name?
I mean, it's like this. You know what I mean? If a certain group of people are expressing that, hey, look, I don't like the name that you're using because of my culture or my, you know what I'm saying, my history. Now, like, I forget who made a skit about it, but if it was the Washington niggas, would we make fuss about it?
I think they would. I don't think people have a problem with it. Now, nigga is a little harsh in this situation.
Now,
because some people, you know, you got some people who will say that it's this, that it's that, what have you. But I believe that if they made it the Washington Blackies, black people would allow it. If it was the name for 70 years, if it was the name for like 70 to 80 years, the Washington Blackies, and they saw people, because people dress up in blackface, you know what I'm saying? Just like they do with the Chief. People dress up like they Native Americans, got their war paint on and everything. If they came out there in blackface and had a shirt that said Washington Blackies with a coon on the front of it, we wouldn't have no problem with it.
now what if it was the Washington Colors?
The Washington Colors.
That's more neutral.
Yeah.
But see, my thing is this. Like I said, the people who are most affected by the name are not football fans. They could care less about football, and I think that's the real issue right here.
But see, in defense of that, most quote unquote African Americans, let's say they don't really watch hockey. Now, I'm not generalizing everybody, but this is just an example. If they don't like hockey, and you bet your bottom dollar, if there was was it Chicago Blackheads, we would have an issue with it.
Now, people calls the name of the what is it? Who were the Devil Rays? The Arizona? No, it's not.
Yeah, not Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay Devil Rays. They're no longer the Devil Rays.
They no longer
they're
because
the Rays.
because of the devil.
Because of the word devil.
Christians got that changed.
Okay.
So why, if Christians got that changed, why couldn't the Native Americans have that? I want to change the name, Redskins.
Now, like I said, I'm asking you, do you think the name should change?
Yeah. What kind of question is that? Absolutely. The history behind them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a pleasant history. Well, I guess most history ain't pleasant. But the history behind the Redskins isn't a glorious history.
Right.
Change the name. Start fresh. Change the name.
Mm-hmm. Now, Daniel Snyder put a letter out there, right?
Mm-hmm. He put a letter out there.
What were the basis of this letter that he put out there?
Well, okay. He's basically talking to the loyal fans. Oops, didn't mean to do that. He's basically talking to the loyal fans and basically explaining the history behind the name, how he was a child, he used to root for the Redskins, how everywhere he go in the DC metropolitan area, keep in mind, I don't know where he go in the DC metropolitan area, but I've never seen him.
Right.
But wherever he go in the DC metropolitan area, he always see the Redskin bumper sticker and this and that. And basically telling people that it's a pride tradition behind the name and how they shouldn't change the name. But I guess he's gonna leave it up to a vote with the fans. If you want the name to be changed, send them a response to the letter. If not, either respond saying that you like the name or just simply ignore it. Bottom line, he's not gonna change the name.
Right. And
So,
of course, because you're gonna get more in favor of the name than oppose the name.
Correct.
So, and Obama's comments were what?
It's what sparked it. He said if he owned the team, he would change the name. All this sparked because of that. If Obama don't say nothing, then they probably not going even. Daniel Snyder not going to even discuss it.
Right.
But now, of course, you have comments of people saying that Obama need to do X, Y, Z instead of worrying about the name change. So that's a different topic, but they need to change the name. If the name's offensive, the name is offensive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And like I said, I mean, as an owner, whatever name you change it to, the people will adopt to it.
Correct.
I mean, make a vote of what people think the name should be. Have a public vote. And whatever the best name is, the top 5 names, the city will pick the name. You know what I'm saying?
They certainly changed the Washington Bullets. And it's history behind them calling themselves the Bullets.
The Bullets.
The Bullets. But on to another topic.
Bang, bang, shoot 'em up.
Run, Joe. Okay.
Bullets are more... Oh, my... You know... Bullets are more of a disgrace than the Redskins. And this is the gun country. And that's the capital.
And they used to make bullets in the Baltimore area. Come on now.
But we just talking though.
But go on to the next.
We just talking.
On to the next topic.
Oh my God, man. So
all this stuff about the government shutdown
is a distraction.
All this stuff about the government shutdown, and they're talking about taking more money away. You know, welfare cuts, cuts here, cuts there, cuts to the people. They debating right now. You got billionaires or trillionaires trying to debate whether or not the people who are out of work should get back pay. But there is one industry doing pretty damn well.
Man, before we get into this, I want people to know this, okay? The richer are getting richer. The poor are getting poor, but the government is talking about cutbacks.
Oh, hold on. We got to talk about that and how the Forbes list stuff. But needless to say, the industry that is still booming,
without question,
prisons and the correctional facilities. It seems like the worse everybody think things are getting, the better it is for prisons. People are still going to jail, and no one's saying anything about it. Now, this all came about because we were doing some statistics. We were looking up some statistics, and we found out that African Americans represent 12% of the population, of the total population for drug users.
Drug users.
Okay, 12%. But they make up 38% of those arrested for drug offenses. And 59% of those in state prisons for drug offenses. Now,
I see the blood on the leaves. I know that we the new slave. I see the blood on the leaves. I see the blood on the leaves. I see the blood. Everybody, if you say Jesus is whack, kill yourself.
You need to check it out again.
Kill yourself.
But y'all need to understand something. The more money they take from us poor folks, and for all those that don't know who's poor, if you fall in that middle class, and they do say middle class an awful lot, if you fall in that, you, sir, you, ma'am, are a poor person.
Now let me say this. There are people in the upper middle class with $1 million.
Poor.
Do your research.
Poor.
Look up the numbers.
And the more they take money away, the more people going to jail. But yet they are throwing up all that. Chicago, gentrified. DC, gentrified. Baltimore, getting there.
And to paint an even bigger picture for you.
Harlem, gentrified.
To paint an even bigger picture for you. DC is nothing like it was 12 years ago.
No, it is not.
I'm 28.
Yep.
It's nothing like it was 12 years ago.
No, it is not.
DC used to be a place where kids can look forward to going, to see other kids, to run around Anacostia Park, stuff like that. It's no longer like that.
No.
They're building condos, high rises, and the prices are
Stupid.
2 G's or better. And no one is getting higher pay grades. So, with that being said, the rich are getting richer. The poor are getting poor.
No, let's do it better. Let's do it better. The rich are getting richer. The poor are going to jail. And the rich are getting rich, or the poor are going to jail.
And the middle class are pretty much the working class.
You're poor.
I mean, you can be middle class. And this is, and you know what? I hate to keep going back to hip hop, but this is my pet peeve about the rap game. Like, you know, instead of talking all of this Gucci, Ferragamo, what is it, Balenciagas, red bottoms, like y'all are feeding into that pool of money that's getting richer.
Hold on.
And your people are feeding into that system too. Regardless of whether they rent being paid, regardless of whether they car note being paid, and regardless of whether or not they have health insurance for themselves or their kids, which goes back to ACA, Affordable Care Act, Obamacare Act, which is we're going to discuss next week in depth of what the Obamacare, aka the Affordable Care Act, how that benefits us as a people.
And 2 statistics. About $70 billion are spent on correctional facility on corrections yearly.
Billion.
70 billion. Prisons and jails consume a growing portion of nearly $200 billion we spend annually on public safety. Woo!
Now this is why it's so easy for a record label to give someone $2 measly million for a deal. He's going to promote this crack and this violence. Because 9 times out of 10, he's investing into the prison system anyway.
Got him. So the rich get richer, the poor get poor, and go to jail. Kind of makes sense for a shutdown.
And on top of that, when it comes to this government shutdown, they're debating whether or not they're going to give people their money for the furlough. They're debating.
And guess what? The DC metropolitan area, we ain't going to speak too long on this, but the DC metropolitan area thrives on, I mean, it's a government town. They're debating on whether or not they're going to give the workers back pay for missing work, but yet you know about 2 or 3 casinos that's going up. Welcome to America, folks.
Now, I don't know if this is on topic or off topic, but recently I watched Catpocalypse. Cat Williams going in on his stand-up about, and his stand-up is pretty much political. And he talks a lot about politics, about how, you know, the 1% are going to leave the poor and the quote-unquote middle class here for whatever's next for us. So, I mean, I don't know how legit his facts are, because I like to look up facts for myself before I just say, oh, he's right about that, or he know what he's talking about. But it sounded convincing what he was saying. But you know, you could check it out for yourself. If you're a Cat Williams fan, I mean, it's pretty funny. And there was a lot of stillness in the room where he was making certain jokes, which I found to be interesting. Because when people don't laugh and people don't think things are funny or whatnot, tend to be some truth in it.
All right, and if you want to check out some of the statistics, you can go to that we were just reading, NAACP.org, and you can look it up there, or you can do Google search or what have you.
Yeah, and also if you want to watch that whole clip of Congress clapping for the Capitol Police and Miriam Carey's murder or death, WPFW.org, go to archive shows. I think it was Truth with Vision. It was Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning. I think, what was yesterday's date? The 8th?
I think so.
October 8th, Tuesday at 10 o'clock. They got the schedule of their shows, and you can listen to the whole show. And the people on the show go in depth on that topic. All right, but that's it for today.
Send us your topics.
Yeah, send us your topics at brokeblackcritics@gmail.com. Make sure you follow us at Broke Black Critic on Twitter. That's Broke Black Critic without the K. Broke Black Critics on Facebook. Let us know what you think of the show. You know, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Leave your comments. You can also leave your show topics or whatnot. And like I said, we encourage all comments, favorable or otherwise. So that's it for this week's Broke Black Critics. We hope to see you next week.
All right. Niggas!
You know how we do. Rockefeller. Forever. Catch me skating through your town, putting it down. Y'all relating, no waiting. I'll make your block infrared hot. I'm like Satan. Y'all feel a nigga struggle. Y'all think a nigga luddle. Hustle behind the wheel, trying to escape my trouble. Can't stop the greeting me.